straight out to the attorney for Haleigh's mother, joining us live tonight. A respected lawyer in the Satsuma, Florida area. Kim Picazio is joining us. Kim, last night you alluded to photos of a big black eye, photos that I believe you said made you shudder. Well, Art Harris, investigative journalist at artharris.com, has obtained those photos. Let's take a look. There's the one with the black eye that you were telling us about. Is this the correct photo, Ms. Picazio?
I don't have the photos here with me, so whatever Mr. Harris was given by me.
It is little Haleigh in a pink top with a bruise to the chin and the nose. It looks like a laceration on the chin and nose.
That sounds like the photo I gave to Mr. Harris.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't that on or about November the 6th, 2008?
The photo actually was taken, I believe, on November 16th.
16th, yes, 10 days later. But the incident. Okay, I've got in my hand, Ms. Picazio, a school report written by, apparently, objective school professionals that state Haleigh Cummings, 1:50 p.m., cut nose at playground, apparently falling off the monkey bars. This is November 6, 2008, yet you represented to me last night that this was the result of physical abuse by the natural father, Ronald Cummings. Isn't that true, Ms. Picazio?
Well, I believe we also have the documentation that was posted on the website with regard to the incident occurring on the playground at 11/6, which is what you have. But then, 6 days later, the child is in the emergency room, also claiming stomach virus, and the same injuries are seen, except they've gotten worse.
Well, it turns out that
I doubt that
the stomach virus turned out to be E. coli. I hardly believe that's a result of abuse. And the injury, which resulted in a CAT scan, obviously you're saying that this laceration was caused by the father. It came from a fall from the monkey bars, according to this school report. Is it some big conspiracy? Are the school teachers in on it too?
No, if you look at the documentation and the timeline, 11/6 was the playground incident. 6 days later, the child appears at the ER with greater injuries than had occurred on the playground.
With me right now is Mother Crystal Sheffield's lawyer. She's a well-respected lawyer in the Florida area, graduating summa cum laude from University of Florida. But Ms. Picazio, I'm very disturbed. Your allegations last night of physical abuse by the father on little Haleigh were grounded in, to my understanding, these horrible photos. I see the photos, and they go with a school report that we dug up, claiming she fell off the monkey bars. Now, you say days later she goes to the hospital and the injuries had worsened and she had a CAT scan. What does a CAT scan reveal?
And I just received those documents. I just want to go through the timeline again.
Okay.
On November 6th, the school nurse says that she fell down on the playground and had a scratch to the nose. 6 days later, the child is in the emergency room, now with black eyes, a laceration to the nose, and a scrape on the cheek. The medical reports that we just obtained from the hospital also say that whoever took her to the hospital on the 12th, 6 days later from the small scratch on the nose incident, stated that the injury occurred while she was playing on the playground 3 days ago. So there are inconsistent versions of the event, and I really doubt, I can't imagine, although I'm not, a medical doctor, but the injuries that I see in that picture did not arise from a fall on a playground 6 days ago.
Ms. Picazio, a careful look at this photo reveals she's already getting a black eye from the fall on the monkey bars. So you want me to believe she got another black eye? Also, when the doctors performed the CAT scan, did either the school teachers or the doctors report this incident to Family and Children's Services?
I don't know. I understand that they usually will report E. coli and salmonella. However, the fact remains that the picture was actually taken on the 16th, 10 days after a school nurse reported that she had a small fall on the playground.